What I want to show you today is maybe a way to connect with people from the 1800s or early 1900s that took black and white photographs. Because you have to get into that mindset and realize that when people were photographing in black and white, that's all that they knew. They had a camera, they had black and white film in it, and they knew when they took the photograph, the picture that would come out of the camera would be in black and white. It wouldn't be color because they didn't have color film then. So there were technological limitations that they were working with. First of all, many of the cameras in the late 1800s and early 1900s were very simple point and shoot cameras. There wasn't much you could do with it. There weren't a lot of adjustments on the camera to adjust for lighting conditions, low lighting conditions, and other things like that. So they had to take advantage of natural light. So when you see a photograph of a group on a beach or a photograph of a person by themselves, it's oftentimes in natural light. And the photographer had to look at how is the light coming in, what's the contrast look like, and is there a way of adjusting it? Look at the background, how does the person separate from the background? All of those kinds of things. And the most important thing was when they pointed that camera at whoever they were photographing, whether it's an individual or a group of people, they had to think the color there wasn't going to appear in the black and white photograph. So what happened was the more you photographed in black and white, these photographers were literally training their brains to see in black and white so that when they photographed someone or a group, they knew how those colors would translate into black and white. Their brains were right away literally starting to see things in black and white. So when you look at a vintage photograph of in black and white of a person or a group of people, you can think back to that time. Look at the photograph and pay close attention to what the lighting was, what the background was, how were the people posed, and you might have a better idea of what the photographer was thinking about at that time. It would be a way of pulling you back into that time and putting you wherever that person was that was photographing, putting them with you, and you would have a better understanding of what was happening on that particular day that that photograph was being taken. I think it's an exciting way to look at things, and you have to sort of think in black and white and think about what that person was